These are in listen-only mode.
Hi everybody, starting in 2 minutes. Okay, hey, hello everybody. This is Martin Lenz Fitzgerald, co-founder of Layar. We are live. Checking my audio here because supposedly it's not going on. Hey everybody. I hope you can hear me fine. Welcome. This is Martin Lenz Fitzgerald, co-founder of Layar, ready to start a webinar on real estate. Can everybody hear me? I'm just doing a double check. Yes, we're getting some feedback. Always excited doing a webinar like this. Okay, I hope everybody can see my screen. Again, welcome, January 23rd here. It's 4 o'clock here in Europe. 10 o'clock, I believe, on the East Coast in the States, and whatever else. Welcome. I'm happy that you're here. So today we're going to talk about real estate. First off, I'm Martin Lenz Fitzgerald, like I said, co-founder, together here with Olga Beza, our technical support engineer, who's helping us out, making sure everything goes right, and also the technical questions can be answered well.
Hello, everyone. Hope you can hear me as well.
I can. So today we have 45 minutes of presentation plus 15 minutes of Q&A. We might sometimes might run over a little bit, so if you can, please make sure you can join that as well. Please use the question box on the bottom of your GoToMeeting screen to ask questions. During the whole show, Olga will be answering continuously, and some of them I will answer myself, and she will break in and ask me those so that everybody can hear the question as well as the answer. We will provide the PDF of the deck in the link in the chat in a few moments, so you can click through it yourself. Note that the videos of the deck will not be in there. We'll try to figure out how you can see those best later. This is part of a webinar series we started at the beginning of the month. There's more webinars coming up, almost weekly we're doing these now. Go to www.layar.com/events to see more or what we're doing more and register so you won't miss out on any of them. Now with that, here you go. Here you see the page and how it looks like. Next one is January 29th, get more out of interactive print. This is a paid for one. Today you're at a free webinar. And the 30th of January, we have a Q&A. This is also a first. And basically, this is just you asking questions. So if you're ready for that one, make sure you got your questions ready. So with that, what are we going to do today? So today, I have a little bit of a history. I will talk about Layar. I have a load of examples and best practices. I'll do a walkthrough of all the products that we have. And as said, we will end with the questions and answers. This is the structure we'll be using. And let's just get started. So starting with the history from augmented reality to interactive print. In 1996, 68, excuse me. Ivan Sutherland was the first one in the US to come up and build a real augmented reality setup. He did this, yeah, really rudimentary, of course, with the technology available then. But he was the first one to do this. And he really had the insights we still have today, that you can see that what is unseen. One of his ideas was that you would look at a table and would able to see the mathematical equations that makes the table stand and what the powers are in there. Lots of great ideas. Well, we've moved on, of course, and developed a lot. Um, Most people of my age, which is 42, by the way, but most people have encountered augmented reality for the first time when they watched the Terminator movies, where Arnold Schwarzenegger looked around playing his character and saw not just the reality of motorcycles or waitresses, but this data was interpreted by him, the computer, the robot, and enhanced in his field of vision with information about what it was. In this case, what kind of type of Harley Davidson it was, or if the waitress was a threat or not. This is really also the basis of augmented reality. You look around and your vision is enhanced with digital information. Today, augmented reality really rides on the smartphone wave. I mean, it works on the smartphone because that's such a powerful computer with the ability to record vision through the camera and to compute things around it on top of the screen. And if you look at it, I mean, currently we have 1.5 billion smartphone users in the world. This is going to grow to almost 5 billion in the coming years. So the potential there is humongous. So this is an amazing device to do many things. And one of the things is augmented reality, which is what we're doing and talking about today. And just to give you a little bit of an insight about how it works with us. Um, Say you have a brochure cover like you see right now on the screen. If you scan it with your phone with the Layar app, yeah, then the app takes a picture of it basically, or takes an image from the camera input, and this image then is analyzed. Literally, the computer looks at all the unique visual features in black and white. Doesn't matter if it's color. The visual features, and then it knows, hey, this is, I think, this fingerprint. It sends that fingerprint, that little piece of information, up to the cloud where it's matched to the database where other fingerprints are stored of lots of images. Layar has a lot of images, of course, in its database. And then the digital media that is associated with that fingerprint is then downloaded and placed on top of the magazine. And this is, in short, how augmented reality works with Layar and with anybody using the mobile phone. And then the audio. That's really loud, but you get the idea. Then the video plays on top of the printed media. So again, it's image recognition, augmented reality or image recognition that recognizes the visual. Augmented reality really combines the digital and the reality together. And we do not use any special printing technology that you need to add during the printed process. Also, no special codes are needed, or specifically QR codes. A lot of people know QR codes, the black and white square code things that you can print next to or on top of a page for the phone or an app to recognize. Well, in a way, we do the same. We recognize a unique visual, but it's not ugly in black and white. It's just the original visually rich printed page that you have. Um, and what's cool with augmented reality is, of course, that you can do rich media with it. You can put augmented reality on there, or you can put video on there. After publishing, you can change it. Uh, Excuse me, I'm having a break
Sorry.
here.
Yeah, it crashed down, so you need to make me organize it.
Okay, let me just take a break here, technical break, just a moment, because I need to. Okay, we're just fixing a technical problem right now. Just bear with me for a moment.
Okay. Because we are not able to ask questions.
Oh, we can right now
to
just
reply
not
questions,
answer
so-
questions. quickly logging in again here. Okay, and we're back on. Excuse me for that little small interruption. I was at talking about uh, QR codes. I'm hearing myself through the audio.
Okay.
Okay, and we're back on track. There we go. Excuse me, Olga, please kill your mic. I can still, now my echo is gone. Good. So back to QR codes. So why augmented reality is better than QR codes? There's no ugly video. There's no, you can use rich media like video and slideshows. After you publish a printed piece, you can enhance it and change it even. And of course, you have the wow effect because really it's such a cool effect. All of this new abilities, part of that the future of online is offline, is that you can control your temperature through your Nest device, which is linked to your mobile. So even if you're away from your home, you can see what temperature it is, and it's linked. You can count your steps using Nike Fuel Bands. Google Glass is, of course, available where you can basically do layer type stuff, but then in your glasses. We have that actually here. We have several of those devices and are working hard on it. And really, this is the part where the world is becoming connected. And augmented reality is going to be, or is, one of the main interfaces for that. We really believe that. We have a great video about what Layar does, and I really recommend that you watch this. Here you can see the link, and later when you get the PDF, please follow it. It will not show it right now, but it really is useful for you if you want to get an idea what you can do with Layar. Layar itself in the US has been downloaded over 10 million times. It's available on Android and iOS, phones and tablets. 36 million people globally have downloaded the app. And our business to business users, meaning publishers, marketeers, real estate agents, 70,000 people have a login with the Layar Creator and are using it in one way or the other, from business cards to brochures to magazines to newspapers. All kinds of ways that they are using it. And today I'll be showing you specific examples on real estate. Globally, we're spread out a lot. Over 220 countries are using us, mostly in Europe, Germany, Holland, the UK, but also in Canada. USA is actually one of the largest single countries. Of course, so much mobile usage there. So many people eager to know what's going on with Layar and what they can do with it. The company itself is already 5 years old. We're backed by VCs, Intel among them, the largest one. We're 30 people here in Amsterdam. We also have offices in New York and Toronto. We're the global leader with the largest amount of downloads. And yeah, we have a lot of brands that use us, magazines that use us with that 75,000 or 70,000 business to business unit amount. You can imagine it's almost as endless the amount of brands that use us for all their interactive print. The short version is, like I said, the largest with 10 million, the easiest. And I will show you this later. Within 60 seconds, you can enhance a page, make it interactive, put a video, or put a slideshow on top of it. We also have clear pricing. One enhanced page starts at $50, and the more you buy, the less you pay. And it's fast. The app really works as quickly as you can do it. It's versatile. You can do lots of things with it. It's also robust, meaning it really is stable, and it works really well. So let's go straight into some examples here. I think one of the most important parts for today. One of the cool showcases here is by 4on4 Real Estate. They are in Australia, and they use Layar augmented reality on top of their brochures talking about their houses. You see here on the right, you see what they print and then how it looks like. And let me show. I hope this video shows for everybody. So this is a general promotional video, as you can see, but they use Layar as a way to provide more information to really attract people to their marketing, amaze them with the information that they provide about the properties, and engage them, of course, and make sure that they get all that information. A really good example, and as you heard probably, they even won a prize for it. Another one is here in Holland, Van Zandvoort Real Estate, or Makelaardij, you say in Holland. And not only do they do brochures, they also used it, and you can see a picture of it at an event where their walls were, of course, a printed part of their offering of properties. And when you scan these walls, you can see you can see more information. And let me again show you a video here of what they've been doing. Oh, that video went. So what is nice, you saw two applications here. One was where you saw a simple slideshow, so several more images on top of the printed product, on top of their poster of that specific property, so you can see how it looks like from different angles. They also had a 360 view, so you move the phone around and then you can literally look into that house. A really nice execution. This was all web-based, so the print to digital part is what we did, but for instance, the 360 is what they already had available online. So a good example of reuse of digital materials. Another example is from the Glacier Media Group, a large client of ours who have a lot of local newspapers in Canada. They really were bullish and they trained over 100 people in 2 weeks, salespeople, editorial people, production people, currently expanding it over all their newspapers. And basically what they're doing is they're using it to enhance the editorial part. So if, for instance, there is a big event going on in one town, they will have coverage, and the augmented part will show extra photos, extra links, extra videos of that event. And then also their ads are upsold using augmented reality. And of course, one of the categories is real estate. So here you see one of their actual pages. You can see this is a real picture. And when you scan it with Layar, you can see slideshows as well as simple YouTube videos, as well as a call me now button, a call to action button, which I think is basically what it is all about with real estate. You show more information to provide more information about the property so people really get a good idea about what's on offer. And then you provide a way to fill your funnel, to get them to call you and contact you so that you can basically engage them and hopefully sell that property. A really nice execution. Another one is London Real Estate Magazine. So this is a custom media product. So it's a magazine all about nice houses in London. And they use Layar to show video, more video. You see the small black logos in the printed pages here. And if you scan it, you see, the video of that house, of that property for sale. Again, a very good one. So Layar is now really focused on what we call vision, meaning that we recognize a visual product, a printed brochure, a poster, a magazine, and then you put video or links or anything else on top of it. Yet we can also provide augmented reality based on your geolocation. We call this geo. And geo means that the phone uses its location right there and then, as well as the compass. And when you hold up your phone, you can actually see a building that is not there because the computer, the phone knows it's right there in front of you, and you can only see it through your screen. So here you have two examples of projects that were done using Layar. So for instance, if you're a development company, you can show the building that is going to be built. Here on the left, this was actually here in Amsterdam, where if you held up your phone and you looked at that in the direction of where that's going to be built, you could see the 3D model of that building in its place, and you could get a sense of how high it was, how it looks, how it feels. Same goes for a really nice and modern building developed by MRDV architects in Rotterdam called the Market Hall. if I'm correct. And it's literally a market hall where the building curves around and creating a really amazing space on the inside. And yes, if you can't see it, those are tomatoes and cucumbers that they are printed or painted on the inside. But again, so this is a very impactful building for its environment, for the neighborhood, for the people that live and work there. So to help them understand what's going on, what is going to happen, of course, they probably will be reading about it in the newspapers. Well, with Layar, they can actually see how it looks from afar on the building site to get an idea how big it is, how it's going to look, and how it's going to affect them. A great way to show that, and not just to sell it, of course, what most people think about it, but just really to get people to get involved in it in one way or the other. And Layar started literally on the right here with real estate. For us, real estate in that sense is a really close category that we feel about a lot. This slide here on the right, or this picture on the right with the Vodafone phone and FinDAV, if you can read that. This is where we show the inventory of a specific realtor or listing service around you. Because you are at one location, in this case, you're standing on a bridge in Amsterdam. So then you can pan around holding your phone up, and those blue and red dots or brown dots represent houses that are available and are for sale, which you see at the bottom. Note, this is literally a picture that is 5 years old. It's almost for nostalgic reasons that I put it in here. I hope you like it. But this is still what is able that you can do. For instance, in New York, you can do hot pads, which is rental apartments. You can, if you use your phone, your Layar app, you can see around you which pads are available. Another one here on the left is also in the New York or in Manhattan is apartments for sale in augmented reality. They don't use those dots, but they use the actual pictures of the buildings. And again, you look around you and you can see what is available. If you tap on the icon, you can get more information, probably call the real estate agent. However they design it, it's all available there. So these are the two geo possibilities that you can also do with augmented reality by Layar. So we see a lot of executions. Over 300,000 campaigns have been created by the users of our business-to-business creation tool. And here we have created an example brochure with all the best practices for the real estate. This is downloadable at layar.com/real estate with a dash in between, real dash estate. So I'll be talking through it right now, but later you can go there and download it so you can see it for yourself. Get some inspiration on what you can do. Now I'll talk you through it page by page. It's 6 pages and all of them are enhanced. Literally, we put all the best practices that we have seen left and right created by everyone, as well as our own ideas. So you get a good idea. If I want to use augmented reality to amaze and attract customers, fill my funnel, this is how I should do it. So here on the left, you see the cover, the actual cover. And first off, what is very prominent, if you look at it, is the explicit and prominent activation. So the calls to action to get people to pull out their phone and do this. It's really important if you do a new technology to tell them over and over again what is on top of the page and why it's useful for them. So here on the left in the orange, scan this page for a video experience with the Layar app. In the middle, all of the pages in this brochure contain extra slideshows, videos, etc., etc. There's also how it works, that you need to download an app, etc., etc. And on the right, you see what you can see when the Layar app is actually scanning the page. Let me just start that part. So I'll stop it right there. As you can see, or maybe hear better, this is a demonstration, or this is an example. So this is me actually in the video. So I have an idea how I look like. Very important here, specifically for the real estate people or industry, is that you want to show, of course, who you are and share that, because it's about relationships. It's about connecting, and do that in an efficient manner, because you do not have all the hours in the week that you would like to have. One of the ways is that you can easily connect with is using video on top of your print, not just on your website, but on top of your print, to show the people bring across how good of a character you are, apart from, of course, all the other things that you can offer, which is, of course, what I'm telling in this video, being a real estate agent in that case. So putting a video on top of the cover, that is the key message here, and you can see what you can do. The second page, so this is the inside page. Again, it's a really explicit, prominent activation. Actually, the whole page is about that, just to make sure that people know and understand what's going on and that they need to pull out their phone. On the right, you see the image that people see. So this is production-wise. It's very simple. Just congratulate the reader. Like, hey, if you scan this, you did it. Well done. Congratulations. Now move on to the rest of the pages. So yeah, they have a positive confirmation of their new action because probably they've never done this before. So the next page. Here we focus on book viewing buttons, as we nicely named it. First off, on the left, you see the printed version. And here you can see in orange the call to actions again. Very important to put those, again, every page explicit and prominently. And then on the right, you see the augmented version. And basically what you see is some buttons are added on top of the print. On the bottom, you can see tap to call us, tap to email us. You see in the round buttons, book a viewing. These open an email, and they just open the standard email app that you have on your phone. And if you tap to call, of course, it'll open the calling feature of your phone. And this is the way for you to activate your printed products and really, make sure that your printed marketing has more of a power to fill your funnel. And then, of course, you can do videos. Here is the next page. You can see on the left, again, the actual print. On the right, what you see with Layar. On the left, again, explicit and prominent activations all over the page, so people will know that there's something more here. You have to make sure you tell them because it's a new medium. And then I'll start the video. In this case, it's a very simple walkthrough of a house. I think it's even a 3D thing. And by the way, all this content is demo. It's not real. So we all made it up, but I think you get the idea. And so we have, in this case, 5 videos. We have one main one where you can focus. It starts automatically. The 4 other ones you can see here are tap to play. So if you tap it, the video will play full screen. And again, here, the funnel filler, as I call it, tap to call you, tap to email you. So people, if they like it, they can right away contact you in that setting. They are enjoying that extra content. And of course, video here is very important because just like you probably are using it on the website, it gives people a good idea about how the website or how the property looks, get a feel what the inside is when you walk through it. And this is what you can now do on your print. A simpler thing that you can do is image carousels. In this page, you can see, again, on the left, the actual print with the call to actions and then the activation. And on the right, you can see that there's, in this case, a different photo. And you can literally swap through the photos with your fingers, left to right, to see different photos that you have available of that property. A great way to do what you already do on the web, but now on the print. And again, here you have a funnel filler, meaning that people could call to book a viewing, tap to email, and tap to call again. Really, again, to create good measurable results. And by the way, we'll see this later. We measure all the times that people scan it, which buttons they click. So you always have good statistics and an idea what people are doing. So you can make your printed marketing measurable. This is the last page, and on the left you see again the page with its explicit and prominent activation, and on the right you see some new big orange buttons. And first off, we say tap for a 3D tour and look for properties around you. So this is, and I'll specifically focus now on the 3D part because you just saw a slide with the geo part where you can hold up your phone and see properties around you. But the 3D you haven't seen yet, or the one that I'm going to show you right now. But people will tap it and it will start another experience. And of course, you can also do the contact us and things like that, the funnel fillers. So let me show you the videos. These are actual videos of the augmented reality experience using a 3D model. And basically what we've done here, and you can do this yourself as well, is you can put a 3D model of the object on top of the printed piece. Here you see me scanning it. It's recognized, and boom, there's a 3D model, plus all the buttons. So this is displayed next to the buttons that you have available. And when you have a 3D model like this, you can get a sense of what it looks inside, get a sense of how it looks when you're in the garden, and really get a feel for the property from the outside. So there are some other buttons, and let's also do a 3D model from the inside. So here again, you have the same experience. I tap the 3D tour model, and here you can see it's a 3D model is opened up around me. And when I pan my phone around me, you can actually see and feel what the what the house feels like inside. This is not as easy to create, but it is an amazing effect. So in short, you kind of saw this in all the demonstrations, all the examples, is with Layar, you can amaze your audience, really stand out, do something different. It's a great way to engage people with more information about the properties, with better information, using video, using 3D. Like I said, fill your funnel. Make sure that the people that are interested, they can easily contact you, and you know them as well because they did so. And you can measure the effect of this marketing piece so that you know how many people have viewed it, how many people have clicked it, how many people have called you, and know if it's a good thing or not. And apart from that, what we've seen in our executions is the local team, so be it magazines or real estate, the salespeople really like these kind of tools because it's that amazing effect that provides a morale boost to them. And also it's an innovative image upgrade for the company as well. So what's in the box? What kind of products does Layar have that you can use to create all this kind of content? Well, first off, there's the free Layar app that you can download. Like I said, iOS and Android for phones and for tablets. You can do the 2D and 3D augmented reality. The 2D meaning the video, the slideshows, simple buttons linking to websites, buttons to call me now, buttons to email, as well as QR code scanning, meaning that if in some cases there are still QR codes available, you can also use Layar to scan that. You can do geo, so showing 3D objects around you, on top of things, on top of, literally, like I said, around you. You can also do interactive print, what we just talked about. Something new is pop-out mode. I'll explain that in a moment. And that is, like I said, for free, and already 36 million people downloaded that. People that want to go a little bit further and create their own custom branded app, meaning a Layar app, but then with your own branding, or create an app and you do all the programming yourself using the SDK, this is all possible. We provide a licensed version of our technology so you can use it as well. So the pop-up feature, this is something we just introduced. And this means that when you scan something with your phone, there's an extra icon on the lower left corner. And when you tap that, the augmentation, so the video playing, for instance, will go and detach from the print, go to your screen where you can even view it and move it around. And when you're done, or even in the middle of it, you can pop in again and have it go stick to the printed page again. So this is a great way not only to experience the content and lean back, but also a great way to show it. We're really excited by this feature, and really it's going to make a lot of people enjoy it more. So how do you create augmented reality with Layar? Let's first start with the interactive print. How do you augment interactive brochures, posters, magazines, advertisements? Here you see an example, a screenshot of the Layar Creator. That's the product with which you can enhance enhance your print. On the left, you see pages that have been uploaded. So you upload the PDF of your product, of your brochure. The one you're editing is selected here, and you see it in the middle. And on the right, you see all the buttons and all the features that you can add to this page. You drag and drop it simply. And like I said, within a minute, within 60 seconds, you can have one page enhanced with buttons and video. When you drag it, you of course test it, you save it, and then you pay for it using your credit card or PayPal, and then it's live. It's as simple as that. It's all done after you created the materials. So when you have created the PDF and sent it to the printer, that is when your online production or your Layar production starts. Of course, you will have prepared some links, so you have that website available, you will have that extra photo available, you will have that video available, but putting it all together, it's really easy and all done after you've sent it to the printer. But of course, don't forget, make sure that you have available the call to actions on top of the print so people will know what to do and why. In this case, by the way, you see the little red button in the middle. That is, says shop and share. This was for Dwell Magazine, this example. But of course, you can use your own design. We have a lot of different buttons that you can use. First off, there's of course a link button, link to a website, link to a specific page, a call now button, so you can call a number right from that print. Really makes it easy. You don't have to type in that whole number and copy it. You just tap, and right away that phone number is dialed, and you're calling it. You have a buy button. This, of course, will go to a link specifically on your website if you have a catalog or something like that, and people can even link it straight to a shopping cart with that product in there. Email us. This is the button that links straight to an email address. It'll open up the email app of your phone, and people can then email you. Download an app, probably not as relevant for the real estate agency, but if you're on Android, you'll see the download on the Android Play Store link. And if you're on iPhone, you'll see download on the App Store link. It goes straight into those correct stores. The big white button on the top here in the middle is for the slideshow. A slideshow is the easiest thing out there. You just drag and drop all your images one by one in that window in the layer creator, and then you have your slideshow ready. You can resize it and place it wherever you want on the page, press save, press publish, and it's live. Video is also as simple as that. If you use a YouTube link, you just copy and paste the link on top of your browser bar, paste it in there, and boom, it's in there. If you want to do augmented reality video, which is the video that really sticks to the page, then you will need to host your own video and use that link of that video hosted somewhere. So website.com/video.mp4. That is what you paste in there, and then you can select what you want. Either play it in augmented reality or have it play in the player. These are all features easily done. In a way, you can imagine the layer creator being like a PowerPoint that you use to create your presentation. This is in a way the same thing, but then for augmented reality. You can also upload audio, as well as even SoundCloud if you want to share some music with it. An advanced feature is HTML widget. So if you have a web development capability, you know JavaScript, you can do hot or not or all kinds of other um, advanced functionality. And lastly, on the right, you see basically all the social features you're used to. Like us, share us, tweet us, follow us, email this, pin it. A lot of features that we offer that are available to you to create an amazing experience in augmented reality and interactive print. Like I said, we have statistics. This is just one example where you can see how many total views you have, how many total interactions you have, how many total users you have. Next to that, on the bottom here, you see how many unique users came over time. You can download this. You can see on a page level what people have done, what they've done on a button level. And this really gives you a good insight on how you're doing and if you're doing the right thing. Maybe one thing to mention here is that, so augmented reality and interactive print, it's young, it's new. So don't expect right away that you're going to have amazing results. It's probably just like your first website. You need to start learn and get some feedback from your audience, from your users, to really make sure that you have grow and learn to create a successful campaign. So it won't right away be successful. You'll get a great response, but to keep doing it, you need to learn it from the feedback that you get from your first campaigns. Now let's talk some costs here, because of course, unfortunately, we can't provide everything for free. So this is the overview. It starts with the page. So you pay per page, or technically that's per image. We have basic pages, which is for free. Your content then is live for 60 days. After that, it will not be interactive anymore. It's also ad supported, so there will be ads displayed next to it. But that's it. There's no cost for that version. Then the professional pages, it's probably the version that you are interested in. This is $60 per page, and if you buy bundles, so more than one page, it'll be cheaper. Your content is then live for 1 year. You have no ads, and you get statistics. And if you buy it this month, you actually get 25% off on the pages. If you really want to know more and do more, we also have a premium account. So this is for companies and publishers who do more want to do more. And here your content is live for the length of your subscription. Your statistics are downloadable. You get advanced features like the HTML widgets and other things. You get custom buttons. So not only do you can you use our design, but you can design your own buttons and use that. You get campaign collaboration tools. You get online dedicated support as well as online training, such as the webinar today, but then more specific. So this is in short the pricing. It starts at, the professional part starts at $60. And if you really are using it in a larger way, $4,000 a year will get you the premium account. If you look at the app costs, so this, what I just said before is the production cost. The app cost, the Layar app itself is for free. If you want a branded app, this is where we, for you, create the Layar app, but then with your design. This is almost $10,000, a one-time setup fee, and then an annual license fee of $3,250. The SDK, so if you are able to create your own apps, or you can do this with your developer, then the SDK, the Layar capability put into your app, is just the license fee annually of $3,250. Now note that, again, interactive print, once you have done it, so once you've enhanced your brochure, you can always update it with more pictures, new links, change the color of your buttons, anything you want. You can always change the content. Yet you cannot change the page for free. That page is associated with the credit that you use. The price itself is unrelated to the print run. So if you print one brochure or 50 million, this price will still remain the same. Like I said, and like you saw, the page is live for 12 months, and you can pay either with credit card or with PayPal. This is all done online. If you want, you don't need to call us. We're set up as a self-service system, so you really see everything online is available in one way or the other. About geo-based Layar and the 3D that you just saw and that we talked about. It's a great effect, yet technical skills are required. So you need to be able to program, work with 3D if you're going to do it yourself. Or you can work with one of the Layar partners that are listed with us at layar.com/partners. You can find one in your country, call them up, just like you have a web agency you work with. Well, there are also Layar partners, augmented reality specialists that are able to help you create 3D projects where you have a 3D model on a location, in front of you, around you, or you can create, like you saw, like Funda has, our first Layar, all the properties that are available around the user. If you want to do it yourself, the Layar Geo part itself is free. So this part, if you, there's no cost associated to it. Here you see a screenshot of layar.com/documentation, where we share with people or with you how you can create these kind of layers, as we call them. Go there if you're able to program, or have your developer go there if you need to. So, getting to the end here. So let me share some useful files for you. So take a screenshot of this, or later download the deck so you can use these links. First off, creating successful campaigns. This is a document where we step by step go on about how you can enhance your brochure or your marketing pieces, and really show you how. The call to actions guide and asset pack is a set of files that you can use in your printed product for, as the call to actions, it's the visuals. And lastly, download the real estate example brochure that you just saw at layar.com/real-estate, where you can then scan and see the inspiration yourself. If you'll have questions after not just in 2 minutes, but also later, go to our Layar Help Center, layar.com/support. Here we have a knowledge base where you can just fill in any keyword you want. We have most questions answered already. How do I host AR videos? How to create an AR video? We have all kinds of tutorials available as well. Or you can even ask a private question to our support team, and we'll answer that. As I said, Layar is a self-service system. We have so many customers all over the world, and we are set up to provide all this information. So, of course, you can ask us directly, or you can just go to the Layar Help Center and find it there. Lastly, if you think we're down for whatever reason, well, we always, of course, know about that because that's very important. And we have a 99.9% uptime. So, like any good web service, we're always there. But still, if you're in doubt about it, go to Layer Status or at Layer Status on Twitter, and there you will see the latest news on that. So there you can see like, hey, there's no problem with the system. If you do think there's an issue, it probably might also be that the local provider of your mobile service has an issue. Here we say how we are doing. So that, in short, concludes the webinar. And I hope you got all the right stuff and will be part of the right stuff and part of the future, because it has already begun. And I would really be happy to see how you guys will be doing with this. And yeah, that you can create some amazing materials that will help your business, help you sell your home, sell your properties, enhance, if you have it as a publisher, your real estate ads, because I definitely Layar is there to help you and enable some extra abilities for you. Thank you very much, and let's start the Q&A. Okay, so the first question is, how precise is Layar regarding recognition? So the visual part of Layar and preciseness, so the visual itself, it will not work, for instance, on a blank page. Very simply put, a blank page, there is no visual feature for Layar to recognize. So if it is a visual like you're seeing right now of these astronauts, the computer, the phone, has a lot of unique features to recognize. So it's very strong in the recognition as well as in the augmented reality, where you stick the buttons on top of the visual because it has so many features. So the more visual features, like a rich photo, a photo of a house, a photo of an interior, that's really you can recognize that precise. Well, that was the first question we have. Do we have any other questions? People, let me know in the chat box, in the question box. Are there any questions that people have and want to ask? This is your opportunity. What you can also do is that you can raise your hand and you can ask your question in the live in audio. Okay, oh, here's a nice one. Here's a question by Andrew Ward. How can I handle different perspectives of buildings? Okay, this is a very good question. So outside, of course, Layar works if you scan a poster, if you scan a brochure that you're holding in your hand, but a building itself is not really a good idea. Why is that? A building outside, if you stand a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, it has a different angle and it won't be recognized maybe. Or it's at night or during the day, it's during the rain, it's during snow. So an object itself is not able to be recognized consistently. So we recommend not to do it. You can, of course, play around with it. We, for instance, here in Amsterdam had one large building which had a humongous poster on one side due to the new king. And an artist put that image of that poster to be recognized with Layar, and people could do all kinds of cool stuff with it. But that poster was there, and yeah, he made it work. That building was very large. But a standard building with the brickwork or whatever it is, the plaster, the windows, all the different angles that your customers might be scanning it, it's not a good idea to have them scan the building because it doesn't work that way. What you can do is put information on that location using the geo layer. And when you do that, you use, like I said, the location. So it doesn't matter where you are relative to the location of the user, that information will be portrayed and shown. Make sure though, be aware that geolocation on the phone has a deviation roughly of 10 meters. So it's not always exactly at the same space. So you need to use that and in your concept about what you do. But in general, that works, yeah, really fine. And we've seen a lot of success about that. Oh, Rebecca has a good question also here. What if someone else is using the same image? This sometimes happens indeed. So if you use very standard images, we once had that with the Mona Lisa, those are mostly enhanced by somebody else already for whatever reason. So first off, the basic rule is that you need to have the copyright of the images you have. So yeah, most publishers, most people, most marketing people own the images of their own products and things. And therefore, if somebody else is using it, using that image, you have the notice and take down procedure. You can inform us about that, tell us about that, and we can help you, make sure that that doesn't happen anymore. Yet, if you really want control, make sure that that never happens. We recommend using our SDK. And the SDK is linked to one Layar creator account, so it only works on the images that you've uploaded on that account, and anybody else as enhanced content won't be shown there. So this is a way that you control your own augmented reality channel. So this is another way to do that. So this way you can protect your content from any other users. But in general, most images are unique, and we don't see a lot of problems with this currently. Jay has a very nice question here. Good one. I'll read it here. Jay says, my limited experience with Layar has caused me to keep my phone positioned over the print ad to keep watching video content. It seems that once the video begins to play, it would be more convenient to move the phone away from the page and continue watching. Jay, this is a very good question. We have heard this a lot, and this is exactly why this week or last week we have introduced the pop-out feature. I don't know if you've seen it or if you have an updated version of your Android or iPhone Layar app, but if you do so, you will see that this now works. You simply tap on that augmented reality page, on the tap out button or the pop-out button, and then it will detach from the printed piece and go straight to your phone screen, and you can watch it leaning back or any way you want. So, looking for more questions here. Okay, I see it here. I have a magazine. This is Fabian Sander. Hello, Fabian. Thank you for putting in a question. If I have a magazine with the same layout on different pages, how much have they to be? Do they need to be different if I want to have different overlays on each image? That is a good question, also. So, if your image looks the same, that's what the computer will see, the same image. So you can play around with it, and for instance, so say again, I'm looking right now at the astronaut slide here, so I can maybe put the astronauts on the left and the right stuff text on the right, but it's not optimal, and you can, through testing, you can play around with it. But mind you that the recognition part of our software is optimized to also recognize this partially um, partial scan. So if you have a 70% match of the image, we will show results. So ideally, I would recommend really to try to create visually unique pages, or have people just scan a unique part of that page. So on one page, you scan just the right stuff image. On the other one, you scan the astronauts. And that way you can have different types of content on similar pages. Bill has a question here. How small of an image will Layar recognize? There, the answer is a business card size. That is a great way, by the way, to something that's very good to augment, because it's a great way to start a conversation when you're in a networking meeting or anything else, to show your card that it's augmented. But also, yeah, that is the size that is just works well with the camera on the phone, and also the viewing distance that you need to have it on when you're tapping scan. Jay has another question here. What kind of promotion is Layar doing or planning to make more of the public awareness of the technology, so the advertiser and or publisher isn't required to use valuable space to promote the augmented reality content? Um, yeah, this is interesting. So we are a startup, so we are not in the position to buy mass media, for instance, advertisements on TV or in newspapers. So the best way for this is to use your own materials to promote, and that you have extra content on top of your brochures, your material. People will not do it by themselves, even if they see it on TV. We have seen this, we've proven this as well. So apart from our lack of funds, mass media funds and marketing funds, if you will, it is key that you do it yourself and you create that room. We we've seen with magazine, for instance, if they do not use a full page at the beginning of their magazine, or if they have the ones that they did before, it will also have the amount of usage. It is imperative that you do so. So if you do not are not able to do in whatever for whatever reason, then it will not make sense. You will need to tell the readers, your audience, that you have, figuratively speaking, a new room available in your shop and that there's something amazing there. If you do not tell them about the new room, they will not rely or will not go there. And of course, we promote and we do PR. I mean, we were just at DLD. It's a large event in the US. I was at Real Estate Connect the other week, which probably most of the real estate people know about. So we do a lot of basic information, but we cannot reach everybody in the world because technically that is our audience. So really, it's up to you to inform them and activate them. John here has also a good question. What is the process of creating a layer experience with a 3D model that you are inside of? Like the home example you just that I showed. So let me first talk about 3D. We've had this feature available that you can do 3D experiences with Layer over 5 years. We have gotten to know the 3D market pretty well, and what we've learned is that it is a difficult medium. Like everybody, you and I, all can write easily, so text is an easy medium for us. Photos now with your mobile phone is also becoming a good medium, if you will, to share your experience. Everybody now can snap a photo of anything, share it over email, and you can publish it. Video is a little bit more difficult, but also with tools like Vine, it's doable. And people are getting more and more into it and learning how to express themselves using that medium. 3D, on the other hand, is a very specific, technically complex, dimensionally complex medium to communicate with. So, as cool as the effect is, it's very important to realize that you need a specialist who is able to work with the medium of 3D, knows the specific tools that are out there to create, for instance, a 3D model of a house. If you have that ability yourself, or if you have somebody in your company or partner that has that capability, amazing, because that, I mean, you can. This is when you really can create some awesome content. Once you have that ability, then you can create, for instance, a model of the house that I showed you. And if you want to create, for instance, the model on top of a printed page, that's almost, well, I would almost actually call that simple, because you just need to host a version of that model, a light version of that model on a website. Make sure it's the layer format. We have a free converter available for that. I won't go into too much detail, but the specialists will know how to handle this. They convert that model in the layer L3D format, provide it or make it available on a website, website.com/3dmodel.l3d. Put that link with some little code into the layer creator, and then that model is then viewable on top of your brochure. If you want to create a model that is featured around you, which you can literally have an immersive experience with, then you need to create a layer. So this is a web service that opens up the model around you. This is again a program, experience that you program, and have your developer go to layar.com/documentation how to do this exactly. It is doable. It's similar to setting up a web service. If you haven't heard about that, then this is a little bit difficult. But your development partner or one of the layer partners is ready to help you do this. And I hope this explanation helped you understand a little bit what the process is on 3D. I think it's one of the most cool experience out there, but it's also one of the most difficult ones to do.
Gaming has an issue with the links, but
What is the question? Oh, somebody wants the videos. We'll look at that if we can have separate videos available of this. Okay, well, we're nearing the end here. Does anybody have any other questions? More than happy to help out here. And as said, we're really keen to see what you guys are doing, so feel free to share this. Well, if there are no questions, I'd like to thank Olga first off for technical help as well as managing the questions and answering most of them online. I'd like to thank everybody here for joining us on this webinar. I'm happy some people like the tie. Thank you, Jay. Next week we'll have more webinars. Go to layar.com/events for what else is planned. Go to layar.com/support if you have any technical questions on how to do it. Again, thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. That the sun is going to shine wherever you are, because that's always fun. Thank you very much.